What up? What up? Happy Saturday. It's another exciting episode of The Real Deal. Let's get it. All right, welcome to another episode of The Real Deal. Happy Saturday, December 2nd. I am your host, as always, Courtney Harding. Glad to be back with another Saturday edition of The Real Deal. I hope everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving weekend last weekend. I know, sure I did. I ate and rested. It was a great, very low key Thanksgiving, but I hope everyone enjoyed and had a blessed Thanksgiving, had a blessed weekend, and really got some rest, got some good food and everything. So, but it was a good Thanksgiving. So I took the last few weeks off from podcasting, just getting rested and just enjoying the holidays, enjoying some family, and talking with family and friends and all those things. But we're back on the grind to end the year. Can't believe it's already December, but we're here. End of the year, 2023. It's almost over. Getting ready to be 2024. Yeah, so just another really good year. Just blessed to be here, blessed to be living, blessed to be uh, doing the podcast, and blessed having a great support system, wife, family, friends, all the supporters and all that. So, but you can follow the show as always on all platforms, all social media and podcast platforms. The Real Deal with Courtney Harden at Get the Real Deal on Twitter. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on Instagram Live today. So shout out to all those that will be tuning in on Instagram Live. Again, Facebook Live, YouTube, BS3 Network, BS3 TV, BS3 Live TV.com. Check it out there. You can on Roku. That's one of the main platforms. Roku TV, BS3 TV app. Download the app and get all the shows on the BS3 Network, BS3Network.com. Shout out to all the shows, all the hosts, and everyone that's over there at the network. There's so many now, can't name them all. We built this with Ben Sutter. Shout out to him for he's the founder of BS3 Network. Always adding, giving people a platform to showcase their talent, to host shows and things like that. So shout out to him and shout out to the entire team, the entire network. Again, BS3 Network. If you type in BS3 Network, you can get all the shows. And then we got show for everything. Not just sports. We got TV, movie reviews, politics. There's a cooking show now there that you can look at social issues. We got discussions about social issues and all those things. So BS3 Network is where it's at. Again, you can follow me on all podcasts and all social media platforms. The Real Deal with Courtney Arden, and we're on Spotify, Google Play, Apple, Anchor, Spreaker, all the major podcast platforms. Again, and Roku is one of the main ones. BS3 TV app. So let's get into this. I'm solo today, so no guests, but I got a lot of guests coming up next week. So just be on the lookout for that. And hey, maybe I'm not solo. Maybe I do have a guest here. I was going to get into a couple of these topics, but maybe we got my man, the NR Hour. Try to get him on.
Hey,
What up, man? How you doing?
hey, hey, sorry, I'm just driving here, so bear with me.
Yeah. You want to be safe, but NR Hour wanted to jump on. I asked him if he wanted to. If not, but he's on. So thanks, man, for coming
Hey,
on. Really appreciate it, man.
hey, Courtney. First of all, like I said, thank you for always having me on the show, and it's always great working with your team. And working with my team here, but with both of us collabing with all the team members that we have on each respective team. And Courtney, keep it up, man. Your episodes are awesome, and you guys are the best. Shout out to BS3 Radio. Shout out to Ben, Courtney, all the rest of the crew there. And like I said, always good to chop it up with you guys. And let's So like I say, Courtney, thank you again as always for having me and on this platform too.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you coming on, man. And like I said, if you have time, you want to jump in and have some comments, or got a couple topics I want to get into. So I really appreciate it. And shout out to my man Johnny Pumini he's on Instagram with the comment. Always appreciate the support, man. And I grew up with him. We went to school together and all that. So shout out to him. But yeah, I got the NR hour himself.
And also, before can I? Is it okay if I can promote the events that we have today?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I was gonna say, yeah, you out there grinding and doing events and things like that. So yeah, shout out the events.
Yeah, so today I'm on my way to do an event with Leonard Marshall, 2-time Super Bowl champion, my mentor, my friend, here in Lafayette, New Jersey, from 1 to 3 at Pandora's Box, sports and toys and collectibles. That's where the event's going to be from 1 to 3. And then after Leonard's event, I have to go to Woodbridge we got Leonard's teammates, two of Leonard's teammates in Woodbridge, New Jersey, Woodbridge Brewing Company with Otis Anderson and Stephen Baker from the Giants too. So it's a busy day for us in the Giant world.
Yeah, man. Yes. And like I said, so if you guys are not following the NR Hour, NR Media, NR Hour Sports Show, follow him, man. Nithin Ramasandra, the NR Media, and he's on all social media platforms and also podcast platforms as well. So the NR Media, always good to collaborate with you. And like I said, you've been doing events and games and just out there just putting in that work. So big shout out to you, man. But yeah, so if you guys are in the New Jersey area, look out for those events and try to support and go out there.
And there's still tickets available if you guys are interested. Yeah. So you guys, when you come into the doors of these places, there's tickets available. And also tomorrow we got Tino Martinez at Woodbridge tomorrow, former Yankees.
Yes, Woodbridge and all that. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, in Jersey, if you're a Giants fan too, you do a lot of events for former New York Giants and even current players. So so keep doing big things, man. Well, let's get into some of these. Since I got you on, let's talk about. Let's get into some Dallas Cowboys, man. They're looking very. I know you're a big Cowboys fan. They've been looking very impressive lately. I know the narrative has been that they haven't beat any good teams, but hey, they're winning. That's all that matters at the end of the day. I think now with media these days, they try to find something where they always try to find something like, well, we're not going to give them the credit that they deserve. You're 9-3, you're winning games, and that's all that matters. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. You guys are in the playoff hunt as always. So talk about your Dallas Cowboys and how impressed you've been with them. They did beat a team with a winning record with the Seattle Seahawks this past Thursday. But what'd you think of how do you feel about your Dallas Cowboys being 9-3?
Yeah, see, that's funny you brought it up. That's the first time. First win this season over against a winning record, which is crazy because all of our wins has been against teams with bad records and then the losses with you guys against Philly and then San Francisco and then Arizona was okay. The Arizona loss, I think. That was we should have won that game, but I think what it is. I think that was like the trap game for us. That was the trap game. So I think now, see, next week is so you guys obviously you guys have a big game tomorrow against San Francisco, so that's gonna be a great game. But next week potentially could line up to be a obviously important game for Dallas, but against Philly in the division for the division, basically. So, but what a crazy game on Thursday with Seattle. I got worried at the end. I thought we were going to lose that game because we looked like we made Geno Smith look like Tom Brady that day. So, don't get me wrong. Geno Smith has man, what a career, what a story for Geno Smith, by the way. Like, got drafted by the Jets, didn't work out there, went to the Giants, went to the Chargers, a couple of different teams, and he found a home in Seattle with Pete Carroll, where that team knows how to develop players. So good for him. Comeback player of the year last year. Now has a big contract, and he showed up against us. So yeah, so Dak Prescott, he's playing on a different level. Shout out to Dak Prescott, man. He gets criticized too much by media, and he is unbelievable, unbelievable talent in the NFL, in my opinion. Maybe top 10, top 8, top 10. You can put him there. But yeah, so Dak Prescott showed up again on Thursday and beat a great Seattle team. And I don't care what anybody says. Seattle's still a great team, even at 6-6. But Dallas, man, now they just have to focus. They got 10 days off now, which is good. They need that the week off. So now they can focus and get ready for you guys next Sunday, I think, right? Or Monday? No, Sunday night. Is this Sunday night?
Yep. Next Sunday night for the Eagles and Eagles Cowboys, which is always a big game. And you're right. I think Dak is getting criticized for what, I mean, he's playing probably his best football of his career in this stretch. And some people don't want to put him in the MVP conversation. He should be in the MVP conversation. The numbers he's putting up, I don't care if it's against bad teams. I mean, they're playing the teams that they're beating the teams they're supposed to beat. And the numbers he's putting up, especially in this stretch of the last 6-7 games, he's been playing like some of the best quarterback play, moving forward. So you got to put him in the conversation. I mean, for people that are saying, and media are saying he doesn't deserve to be in the conversation, that's ridiculous to me. Even if you look at it objectively, like I said, he's been playing some of the best football as a quarterback. And you have to put him in there. I don't think he's the favorite, but it's a conversation you have to put him in there. People want to, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, you could go with Tyreek Hill. There's other, there's players, but Dak Prescott needs to be in that conversation, top 5, top 6 in that conversation. You can put Lamar Jackson up there. This is so wide open as an MVP race, but I think it's just a lot of hate of that, of if Dak Prescott was struggling, it could be warranted. But the media, I think, is just now. Sometimes I feel like the media, they just want to spew out a lot of hatred and not putting in the facts. And the realness of the facts is Dak Prescott is playing MVP football. He's in the conversation. When I say he's the MVP, the favorite, or anything like that, he's in the conversation. That's the conversation. He's in the conversation.
See, yeah, you brought up a good point, and actually, someone brought up a good point yesterday, saying, usually people win MVP. All right, so quarterbacks usually win MVPs if they're the number one seed team, and also if they win the division. So the interesting thing is, if Dak is able to go out there and beat Philly Sunday night and go and then try and get the number one seed, and then win the division, you definitely have to put Dak at the top now for MVP.
Yeah,
so I think I don't know if you agree, Courtney, but do you agree with that take from someone said yesterday? I forgot who, but someone said that most of the quarterbacks that win MVP is either number one seed and win the division.
Usually, I agree. I 100% agree with that because I think that you have to be a number one seed because Patrick Mahomes won it last year. Jalen Hurts was in the mix, and they were number one seed last year, the Eagles. So if somehow the Eagles lose tomorrow to the 49ers, and Dallas would only be a game. Will only be a game behind heading into that big game with the Eagles. With the Eagles, and say they pull that out in Dallas next week, and now you have tied for the division. He propels himself even more. Like I said, I don't think there should be an argument that he should be in the conversation. People are arguing with even that point, which I think is crazy because, like I said, the numbers he's putting up. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but he's got less than, I think he's got 4 interceptions, 5 interceptions, over 20 plus touchdowns.
6. Yep, and then over 26. I think it's 25 or 26.
Yeah, he just had 3 more He just had 3 more this past Thursday with no interceptions. So I mean, he's putting up huge numbers. So yes, I think he's definitely in the conversation. Like I said, he's not the first or second, but he's in the conversation. And I think that the narrative, because it goes back to people don't like the Cowboys. People don't want to really give them any credit or anything like that. Like I said, I'm not a fan, but I'm an objective. They try to be objective about it with the podcast and with our predictions. Dak Prescott's looking very impressive. Even if it's against bad teams, he looks impressive and he's putting up numbers. And if he keeps playing as well with the stretch, you guys definitely have a hard schedule coming up. You got Philly, you got Buffalo coming up, you got Detroit. So you guys have a pretty hard schedule coming up. And if they win and he put up these numbers, you can't say he's not in the conversation.
No, yeah.
Of course.
And I feel like now, I feel like now Mike McCarthy is putting better. He's a better play caller from the beginning of the season to now. So I feel like now Mike McCarthy is putting better packages for Dak Prescott to succeed at a high level. And so shout out to Mike McCarthy and for switching up the game plan for him. But now you're seeing it on the field with all the yardage and all the touchdowns and just scoring a higher and everything. So I think that's the biggest part, which was Mike McCarthy changing up the game plan and being a better play caller now.
Right. Yeah, then that's helping. That's helping. So Dallas is they're always in the mix in the regular season. So that's no question about it. But let's get into this. I want to talk about this Eagles 49ers game. I know you gotta have your eyes on this because these are two of the top teams in the NFC. You got the number one team, my Philadelphia Eagles, against 49ers here in Philly tomorrow, 4:30 Eastern time. Big game, huge game. 49ers are favored by 3. So the Eagles are a home underdog at 10-1. I think they're getting. I personally, and you can say it's biased or not, I personally think that that's a little disrespectful as the best team in the NFL at 10-1 playing at home. I get it. 49ers, they look great. They might be from top to bottom the most talented team. But to say they're 3-point favorite against the Eagles, who are 10-1. Yes, had the Eagles look super impressive throughout the year? No, but they're still 10-1. Like we said, they're winning. They're winning games, and they've come back from leads, and Jalen Hurts has looked very impressive. Like he's the favorite heading into this week as the MVP because they have the best record. And the comebacks has just been tremendous. I just wish they start a little bit better because I don't want to be put in these predicaments. I don't like seeing them put in these predicaments. But how do you see this game playing out? And do you think the 49ers should be the favorites?
Damn, this is going to be a great game. What a game. This is game of the week, right? 4:30. So 4:30 game. That's when that's when when all the fans are ready and when they have all the beers with them or the food, whatever. They're all prepped for the 4:30 game. So, so I think it'd be a good game, close game. Obviously, two great defenses, and then two good quarterbacks. So, I to be honest, I think that's a little too high when it comes to the being favored. I think 49ers, they 3.5 is too much. I think if it was like 1.5, 2.5, I think it would have been more respectable.
It would have been harder, right.
But I because the Eagles are, by the way, even though the Eagles are not they're not like their full strength, but they haven't hit the peak yet, but they're still finding ways to win. The Eagles and Jalen Hurts is playing at a high level. Your defense is amazing. Also, your receiving game, run game, they're doing good. So I feel like this game is going to come down to. You know what? I think this game could come down to defense, a field goal, a game-winning field goal, or like a game-winning touchdown from the quarterback. So it's gonna be interesting who's gonna have the ball at the end and who can come up big. So I think it'd be interesting how Brock Purdy does against the Eagles defense. That's the main thing. That's a big question. If the Eagles somehow get pressure on the 49ers quarterback, then the 49ers are in for a long day. But I feel like the 49ers defense will obviously keep them in the game.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that was one of my points too. I think the Eagles pass rush, they can make Brock Purdy a little uncomfortable. I mean, and then, like I said, the 49ers are playing extremely well. And then, ever since they had that 3-game losing streak and they got everybody back healthy, I mean, they got so many weapons and they got so many, now they're healthy. Trent Williams is back, Debo Samuel's back, you got Ayuk, CMC. So Purdy's got Kittle, Purdy's got his weapons. So the Eagles going to be in for, the Eagles going to have to play some good, solid defense. They got to put pressure on Brock Purdy. But Purdy, again, he's another guy that could be in the MVP conversation. He's playing at a high level too. I just saw he's got 20 touchdowns and only like 4 or 5 picks. So 2,800 yards passing. So they're healthy now. So, and remember, last season we knocked out their quarterbacks in the championship. So 49ers are still salty about that. We blasted them, last season. So they're playing with a chip on their shoulder. They want to prove that they were the better team. So now they're healthy. So now we get to see strength versus strength. I think another couple key points to this game. You said the Eagles pressure, pass rush. They get the Brock Purdy. I think the Eagles have to start a little bit faster too. They can get a lead on Brock Purdy. If they can get a lead on the 49ers, I think it's, for me at least, it's going to be hard for the 49ers to come back. Now, for the Eagles, if the 49ers get, say, 14-7, 21-14, we've already seen it the last, like, all season, really. The Eagles can come back. They've been to come back, and they can still do it. Like, it seems like second half they turn it around, and you can't count Jalen Hurts out at all. He can have a bad first half, and then next thing you know, he's lights out. So I think that's another key. And I feel like Sean Desai, the Eagles defensive coordinator, versus Kyle Shanahan, the 49ers offensive coordinator, I think that's like a chess match. Can decide can he make those adjustments and stop all those weapons that the 49ers have. So that's a key matchup. And last one, Brian Johnson, offensive coordinator, he's been getting a lot of heat for his offensive play calls, but the Eagles are still 10-1. And I'm a little bit worried, like what type of offensive play calling he's going to call this against this 49ers defense. But he's been making the adjustments, and so he's still, I think, as you said, the Eagles haven't played their best football all season, but they're still 10-1. They're finding ways to win, and they can beat you in a lot of different ways. But I think they're going to have to run the football, and I think that's the weakness of the 49ers. You're able to run the football against them, even with that tremendous pass rush they have. You can run the football, and I think that will open up a lot for Hurts and offense.
What's the update on Jordan Davis?
Oh man, he's a beast, man.
He got injured, and no, he came back in that game, right?
So he's come back. Yeah, he's come back.
Yeah. Okay, he's fine. Okay, then. Yeah. So
the defensive line, Eagles defensive line, with Sweat and Jordan Davis, they're able to put some pressure on Purdy. It could be a long day.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be close. But I have the Eagles winning. I think they win 27-23. Very close game, but I got the Eagles pulling this out and getting ready for this Dallas game. Who do you have winning this game?
I got 49ers 27. 49ers they're 27. Oh no, 49ers 27, Eagles 20.
Okay, so you got the 49ers winning this. Yeah, there's a lot. Like I said, this is going to be like last week's Bills-Eagles game was such a close game, man. And the Bills didn't make enough plays. They left some plays on the field where the Eagles probably should have lost that game, but that comeback was tremendous again. But I feel like the Eagles. The scary thing about the Eagles, even though they haven't played their best football, they could be playing their best football by the end of the year, and that's scary. So, but it's a test. It's a big test, and they've a huge test for both teams. Really.
This can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
So so this is one of the. I think this is one of the biggest tests for you guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is a huge test. It's a big test. But I think the Eagles going to pull it. I think they're going to start. They're going to start faster and get a lead. And I think they're going to try to. They got to stop CMC too. They're going to try to make 49ers one dimensional. just be a game this one. But it's gonna be a good game. I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna be watching that. But I only got a couple more. I wanted to get into some NBA with you real quick. What do you think Kevin Durant surpassed Moses Malone on the all-time scoring list, and now he's 10th all-time, and he's just behind. Look at these names: LeBron, Kareem, Karl Malone, Kobe, Jordan, Dirk, Wilt, Shaq, and Melo. By the end of this year, if he stays healthy and keeps scoring like he does, he'll surpass Melo and Shaq by the end of the year and be 8th all time, which is crazy. You know, Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers of all time, regardless, and what he can do, how he scores at such ease. He's like one of those. He can score from anywhere on the floor, inside, outside, and the jump shot. He can dribble. He can take it off the dribble, get inside. I mean, this guy, and it comes with such ease, man. This guy, perimeter. This one of the best players, one of the best shooters, one of the best scorers we've ever seen. What do you think of Kevin Durant, 10th all time scoring?
Well, first of all, they could have witnessed this in Brooklyn if there was no mess up there.
Yeah, true.
But man, what a generational talent, man. Kevin Durant, what a dude. This guy coming from Texas and starting his career with the Supersonics, and now OKC, and then went to Golden State, where everybody criticized him, but he won 2 championships with Golden State, and then went to Brooklyn, and then now he's with Phoenix, a great team. So I mean, if you look at the career, I mean, in general, with all the team, I mean, with the movement, including in that, I mean, you can say that, I guess you can criticize him for the Warriors move, but still, at the end of the day, he's doing what's best for him in his career. What he wanted, he has 2 rings underneath him. Hey, what's up, Ben?
Ben says good morning. He said the Eagles are. He said going back. He said the Eagles are dangerous at every level. He said, they are. They are very dangerous.
But so Kevin Durant is like I said, generational talent. Congrats to him passing Moses Malone, and now it's fun watching him play every night in this league, and him, especially the matches between LeBron and him, man, that's fun to watch. But he's going to be obviously a Hall of Famer at the end of his career, and I can see him winning. Yeah, I can see him winning more titles eventually, hopefully soon. But when healthy, obviously one of the best scorers in the game and to ever play. And speaking of Kevin Durant, by the way, and our team is trying to partner up with him, with Rich Kleiman and 35 Ventures. So we're trying to partner up with him with this company. So hopefully we can get that done. So we're in the process of doing that. But yeah, like I said, congrats to him, and man, he unbelievable to watch.
Unbelievable, man. You're right. I mean, 13-time All-Star, 2-time Finals MVP, 2-time champion, regular season MVP. I mean, the list goes on. And like I said, one of the best scorers. And he does it with such ease. Like, he's unstoppable with his, because of his length. He can get a shot off against anybody. He's done it throughout his career. And the only thing has been his health. And if he stays healthy, I mean, this guy puts, like you say, gets 30 in his sleep. I mean, he's that good. He's that good of a scorer. And I've always enjoyed Kevin Durant and the way he plays. And it's a big shout out to him. And he got to 2 championships with Golden State. I don't fault him for it at all. I never did. He just wanted to win, and he went to the Warriors and he got it, and he did it. He's always been one of the best players for the last 10 plus years. I mean, you can't argue that no matter where he plays. It's just like I said, it's just the health. And then if he stayed healthy, he would already be that top 10 scoring, because he means this guy averages 27 for his career. He gets 30 like easily, so he could get 20 to 30 easily. So for him to get now, he's going to keep climbing up the ladder as long as he stays healthy. He's 35 years old. I don't know how many good years he still has left, but it's just good to see him healthy and motivated. Can continue to be motivated. I know Phoenix is struggling a little bit because they can't stay healthy, but KD healthy is good for the league.
Hey, Courtney, I have a question for you, though. When it comes to Kevin Durant, do you see him, is this his final destination, or do you see him potentially, if it doesn't work out with Phoenix, going to another team?
I hope he stays in Phoenix. I don't want to see him keep bouncing around, man. From the Warriors to Brooklyn, and now with Phoenix. I just hope he stays in Phoenix. Build that with Booker, because we know how a dangerous player Booker is, and how great.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
If he can stay healthy, if they could just stay healthy together, they're a dangerous team. I don't have them winning the final. I don't have them going to the championship, but if they can stay healthy, they'll get far. But I like them. I do. I still think Denver is the best team in the West, especially if they stay healthy too. But Phoenix is going to be a problem if they can stay healthy. But it's all about the health with those guys, and when they're together, they haven't played together. They haven't played together long enough yet in this season, but it's a long season. But I see KD staying with I see him staying with Phoenix to end his career the next couple, whatever, how long next 2-3 years maybe. So, but I wanted to get one more. I know you one more before I let you go. Klay Thompson and Stephen A. Smith. Did you hear the comments that Stephen A. Smith had said to Klay Thompson? To Stephen A. said to Klay Thompson, saying he's playing like hot trash, and Klay's not having the best year. He's struggling. But they call him playing like hot trash. I thought that was a little over the top, a little too much. But Klay was like, I don't care. I don't care what people think. I don't care what. And I think Klay's right. Like, why should he care about? All he should care about is just basically getting his game back and worry about, the Warriors if they say something or Steve Kerr says something. But for the media, I know Stephen A. sometimes, like, I just think he takes things so, like, this was like personal almost. And he was saying, like, you should care. You should care. Why should Klay care about what people say, critical and being critical of him? Like, you could be like, yes, Klay is struggling. Klay's game, he's not playing up to par like he usually does. But I think he knows that. But what you think of that? The whole Klay Thompson, Stephen A. Smith, those comments that Stephen A. said, and Klay just said he don't care what people think.
It's a waste of time, and it's like Stephen A. Smith, man. This guy, I mean, all due respect, I respect him. I really do respect him, but still, he can get out of hand sometimes, which can cause him some stir, and that's what he does. Though Stephen A. Smith causes some drama, but okay, obviously focus on the season, trying to help the team win, and he's just coming back from injuries, and when healthy, obviously a great player, but. I mean, all I can do is just focus on the team, help Steph Curry win games, and man, if that team stays healthy, I think that could be a sneaky a team that can sneak into the playoffs. So all he has to do is just limit the distraction and then focus on himself and the team and win games. That's it.
Yeah, because he's a shooter. I mean, he's one of the greatest shooters of all time. And, Splash Brothers, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, shooters shoot. We've seen this with Klay. And yes, he hasn't been the same player since he's come back off those 2 major injuries. But the guy, I mean, he's such a great shooter. He's gone through stretches in his career where he's struggled. Now, this is one of his worst stretches beginning of this season, averaging 15 points. He's shooting I think he's shooting 40% from the field and 30% from 3. He has looked bad this season so far, but the play he's playing like hot trash, that's a little over the top, I think. But like Klay said, like he said, he's at this point of his career where he shouldn't care about what people say, what people think. I mean, he's worried about what he's got to do to get back on track, to get back on track. The Warriors winning games. He's going to help the Warriors win games. And we've seen Klay, he's going to come back out there and score 40, 50, 60 points. We've seen that. He's had stretches of that. So he says it's about patience. The Warriors are not worried. Steve Kerr's not worried. I think that's the only thing that he should be worried about, if playing his best game for them and trying to win games, getting back to him and Steph being the best backcourt in basketball. And Klay will get out of this slump. Just like all shooters go through it, and he's doing that. But I just feel like you said, yes, I do. I like Stephen A. But again, but to say that he just takes stuff so personal sometimes, not that serious.
Hey, Chuck, that's one of the guys I would love to interview though, Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, he's definitely a trailblazer and all those things. And I do like First Take, and I love when Shannon Sharp's been on there, and
Yeah.
he's been like with Shannon on there, like one of the best in the media as well. So I do big shout out to those guys and Molly Karam. I wouldn't mind interviewing her
Molly,
too.
yeah, Molly.
Yeah. So
She's
all
the
right,
best. Yep.
yeah. So last one because I know you said you're driving. I wanted to get into last topic. I was going to ask you about Angel Reese being back on the court. Good to see her back on. She returns. We don't really know, and I don't think it does, quite frankly, for me, it doesn't even matter. As long as she's taking care of her mental health. I know there was a lot of speculation. People thought it was her grades. People thought it was more of, she doesn't care anymore and all these things. People were just throwing out speculation and rumors and all that. As long as she takes care of herself and her teammates embrace her coming back, and her coaching embrace her coming back. That's all that matter. She said she did take some time off. It probably was a mental health break. There's a lot of pressure on her and all those things. But for people to people are criticizing, throwing dirt on her and all this, it's just good that she's back. She wants to be healthy. She talked to Shaq. He gave her a lot of advice. I'm just glad that she's back and see LSU. They're still dominant, still winning games. So,
Oh yeah.
what do you think Angel Reese coming back?
Yeah. First of all, before LSU, man, Leonard Marshall, the guy my friend and my mentor, the one I'm doing the event with today at 1:00. He went to LSU,
Yeah,
and then Leonard last 2 weeks ago was in LSU. There, he was hanging out with Shaq at the football game there. So and speaking of LSU, has a lot of history, a lot of great players that came through LSU that went to pro. And man, shout out to Angel Reese, and she can do whatever she wants. It's a free world. She can take time off if she wants, and deal with her own. I mean, focus on her own self, and then to see her back now, it's amazing. And what a great player, though. Great person, great player. And whoever, to all the people who are throwing out stuff, come on, man. That's not. You cannot do that. And she is. They players can do whatever they want in their lives. They can take time off, step away for a little bit, and then come back. It doesn't affect anyone. It's their own thing. So, but a shout out to Andrew Reese for limiting the distractions, and the head coach Kim letting her welcome her back in the right way, and so now they can focus on the season and. They're a championship team still, in my opinion, caliber team. Obviously, it's a rough start to the season, but I feel like this is the type of team they can bounce back and do something special again.
Yeah, 100% agree. I think all the people that it was so much speculation. It was just going on like there was, and then the one thing I do like what she did say. She said in her interview when she came back is like, look, she was taking time for herself is really important. She felt like there's something that was important, reset, focus within the team. And she said, hey, people need to realize I'm not just an athlete, I'm a human being too. And I think we forget that these athletes, they're not just athletes, they are human. And there might have been some pressure of her. She's one of the most recognizable athletes we've seen over the last couple of years. And it comes with a lot. So it could have been that. It could have been just she needed, like I said, needed a break. We don't know, and right, I don't. We don't really need to know. It's just as long as she had her mental and her team welcoming her back and her mental's good and physically she's good and and everything. That's all that should matter. And we just cheer for her to succeed. People, there's so much. Like you said, we just talked about there's so much like hate and distractions and all these things. Like let's just cheer for these athletes and what they do on the court and and they need to take some time off. Let them do it to take a mental break. And there's nothing wrong with that. You said they can do it. She said she needed to reset and she did that. And now they're going to go on a run. Like they're winning. LSU is back to winning. They like I said, rough start to the season, but now they're in their top 5 team and they're winning again. So it's all that matter.
Yeah, so, I feel like this team is they can do something special again.
Yeah, they're loaded and ready. There's so much talent. They're ready to defend their title. They're going to be in the mix again as long as they stay healthy and they're together. They'll be right there again. in the in the tournament. So
and also, yeah. Also, I want to say congrats to Washington Huskers for winning the Pac-12 championship yesterday. Mike Penix Jr. Heisman Trophy favorite, in my opinion.
Yes, Washington did it, and yeah, we got college football, conference championships today. So there might be some. I don't know if there's gonna be any upsets or what teams are gonna fall, but it looks like that top four. It looks like it's gonna be if Georgia beats Alabama today. Looks like that's gonna be they'll be number one. Michigan, they win, and you said Washington and Florida State. They might be your top four. You got some teams looking in like Alabama and Ohio State. I don't think Ohio State can jump ahead, but losing to Michigan last week. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah. The conference championship weekend is always it's always some mix-ups and things like that. So I'm excited for college football. So much going on, man, in sports.
Yeah,
so much.
Hey, best time to be in the media for us and to be able to cover most.
Yes.
That's for us is a good thing to cover multiple sports at the same time and then having all of these crazy stuff going on and being able to cover all of it. And speaking of Georgia, I don't know how they do it, but you guys have half their defense, but still, they're still number one. It's crazy.
Yeah, they lost so much, and they still recruit. They were their recruiting class. They got a great recruiting team and coaching staff, and they've won back to back, and they could win again to be a three-peat for them. So they've looked good all year. They got a test today against Alabama, and Alabama wants to they want to get that upset and get into that Final Four, and then they just get into the Final Four college playoffs. So we'll see how that goes. But
wait, if Alabama wins today, you think they can get into the four?
I think they could jump. Yeah, I think they're gonna be able to jump.
Oh.
I don't know, but it's hard because if Georgia loses, do you just kick them out of the four? Like, I don't know. I don't see, because if Florida State wins, Michigan wins, Washington just won. Who gets that fourth spot? Is it Georgia? Is it Alabama? Like,
I think Washington should deserve it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Washington definitely should. Oh yeah. So I don't know. It's that's what's so good about this. And then they're gonna get to 12 next year. I think it's 12 next season for the playoffs. So this is the last of the four. Having a Final Four, college playoff four. So now we're gonna see 12 next season. So that's gonna be interesting too. So like you said, so much sports happening in the sports and media, and I'm glad to be a part of it. I know you are too. But all right, Nathan, let everyone know where they can follow you. I can't thank you enough for jumping on the show, but let everyone know where they can follow you on all social media, the podcast. I see you've been getting the guest again each and every day. Doing it, like I said, the events, you out there hosting games now, and credentialed and all that. But everyone know where they can actually follow you on social media.
Yeah, first of all, shout out to our team that we have. We have 16 people underneath our team now, 16. So shout out to all of them. They help out a lot. Yeah, and thank you, Courtney, for having us again. As always, you guys are the best, like I said, and we love working with all of you guys. Shout out to BS3 Radio and everything. And then you can find us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere.
Yeah. So follow you in our media, like you said.
And also, the past guests we had so far. Our team is working on more guests, but yesterday we had Kevin Mench, former Texas Ranger outfielder. He had a great story, a great episode on yesterday. I don't know. Wyatt Eckler, brother of Austin Eckler. He plays defensive back for Wyoming, and we actually had Austin on the show a couple years back, and that's how Wyatt found out about our show. And he had a great episode too, talking about his Wyoming career. By the way, Wyoming, he told me that Wyoming is going to get a bowl game this year. So be on the lookout for Wyoming. They're going to be in a bowl game.
Yeah.
So we had him on the show, and then we had Howard Cross recently, former Giant, and then now he's a sideline reporter for the We had Kip Gross, a former pitcher, and and our team is working on Alfonso Seriano. They're trying to get Al Harris, the Cowboys defensive backs coach. So they're working on multiple things.
Yeah, the team, man. So shout out to the NRR. Like I said, I know you built it over the last couple of years, and now you got a full team helping you out. So shout out to the NR Media. Thanks again, man. Really appreciate it, and have a good events, man. The last these events, be on the lookout. And if you guys said you guys are in that area, drop in, get tickets. Like I said, he's just getting these events almost every week and everything too. So I'm gonna have to stop in Jersey.
Hey, Tony, come on! You gotta come. You gotta come. Come check out the stuff here in the events, and also actually, we're trying to get some Eagles for next year. So,
Absolutely. I'm definitely going to stop by, man, really. And then I know you said you're in Jersey. Sometimes that's only like a 10, 15-minute drive, depending on where it is. So I could just come right over the bridge and get there. So, yeah, that's you definitely want to stop in and support in person. So be on the lookout and be on the lookout for all big things from the BS3 network and the NR Media, trying to get Super Bowl credentials. And I already got my tickets for Vegas, so I'm definitely going to be there. So that was all about trying to get the credentials for Radio Row.
We're starting credentials.
Yeah, I think you can now ask for credentials for Super Bowl. So be on the lookout for BS3 Network and maybe NR Media. But I'm definitely there. If I don't get Radio Row, I'm gonna be out there getting some coverage that week. So yeah, we're there. The BS3 Network will be there, and I'm sure NR Media is trying to get there too to Vegas Super Bowl.
Yeah, yep, definitely. Hey. So we got and also what's it called? Yeah. So if somehow we'll definitely we should do like a live podcast there if we do.
Oh, we definitely can. We can do it right at the hotel, like somewhere in the lobby.
Yeah.
Because Radio Row's right. Radio Row's the hotel we're staying in, the Luxor. Radio Row's on Mandalay Bay, so they're connected. So because I know we got a couple people from the BS3 networks going. Like I said, I bought my tickets a couple months ago. So so I'm we'll definitely have to do some lives, and it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be a crazy week that week. So I'm looking forward to it. So, but thanks again, man.
Thank you again.
I appreciate it, man. I'll definitely share this with you and the link. And again, have a good show. Shout out to everyone that was on Instagram Live. My man James Jeter is on here. That's my best friend for about 35 years. So he's on saying podcasting giants. He said we definitely have that, and we had Amanda Smith.
Podcasting giants.
That's what he called us. Yeah. Yep. My homegirl Amanda Smith. She's on here.
Nice.
The General MP Mike Patton. Shout out to him.
Oh, there, Mike Patton. Yep. Let's go.
So we got some good, always good, great support, man. We appreciate it always. But thanks, man. The NR Hour, really appreciate it. And have a good show, man. A good event as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And then let me know when you guys send the links. We'll share it. We'll share it also.
Okay. Appreciate it, man. Have a good one, man.
Enjoy. All right. Thank you so much. Yep. All right. Thank you.
Yep. All right. NR Media, thanks to him for jumping on. I thought I was going to do this solo, but that's something that happens that might wants to get on. I'm always appreciate the support. Appreciate everyone that was in the comments on Instagram and Facebook. Again, I can't thank you guys enough with all the comments and all the support. So continue to support, continue to share, continue to like. And like I said, I will be at Super Bowl week, so be on the lookout for that. Trying to get on Radio Row, but he said I'm gonna be in the team. We will have coverage because we could just from your phone. We'll do a live show right at the hotel where we are. And hopefully the Philadelphia Eagles will be at the Super Bowl, being the NFC representative, and that would be even more icing on the cake. But that's the thing. We're trying to just continue to build, continue to network and all that. So again, I can't, my man James just said it, podcasting giant. I appreciate that. But thank you guys for that tuned in. Hope everyone have a great Saturday. Be on the lookout for more great shows, more great guests. I got a loaded week of guests next week as well. I'm looking forward to. There's just so much going on in sports and media, and we wanted to continue to keep climbing until we make it. Yeah, but that's the grind. So I said, James said maybe the Raiders will be there. the city, that's about it, but not the team. Definitely not. But yes, but shout out to everyone again that has tuned in and just been a great support for the show. But till next time, follow on all podcasts, social media platforms, BS3 Network, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, The Real Deal with Courtney Harden. Just Google that, The Real Deal, Courtney Harden. Find all the past episodes. Again, I got a loaded show, a loaded week of guests next week. So be on the lookout. I mean, from tennis to got some media, from sports and entertainment media coming up. Guests, I'm trying to think. That guy got someone that's into sneakers and fashion coming up as well. So we're trying to just continue to keep these guests into the year. So be on the lookout for those things. So again, until next time, I really appreciate it all. Thank you again. And as always, peace and God bless.